Danielle Church is also heading in that direction, and we're hoping to catch up with her in a few minutes as soon as she gets there so she can tell us what she sees. But you can see state police officers looking for evidence. Cones are set up. Everything is blocked off there. That's on the 190 South near the Peace Bridge in Buffalo. State police, a sergeant with Troop T, which oversees the thruway, confirmed that 2 people were shot in a vehicle. They didn't say if it was a car or truck, so we don't know which vehicle was involved. State police also tell us they don't know anything about the circumstances surrounding this shooting, who these people were, who were shooting at each other or who were shot. But now traffic, there is a detour. You'll be getting off at exit 9, and just avoid that entire area if you can right now, because you won't be going anywhere. Danielle Church is live there. Danielle, what can you see from where you are? Danielle, can you hear us? And again, anybody who's been on the 190 near the Peace Bridge knows that the cell coverage there can be pretty spotty, and all of our technology relies on cell coverage. So Danielle might not be able to hear me just yet. She's also getting set up. Danielle, can you hear me? Or Terry Belke, the photographer with her. Terry, if you can cue Danielle, you guys already and just let Danielle know that we're ready for her to start her report. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, Kelly. So as you can see, traffic is backed up right now on the 190 going southbound between the Peace Bridge and the Niagara Street exit, so avoid the area if you can. As you said, state police confirmed 2 people were shot. We don't know any other information at this time. We're working to confirm that. We also reached out to the Buffalo police. They have not gotten back to us yet, and so we'll keep you updated on that. As you can see, there's AMR on scene, there's Buffalo police, we have Buffalo Fire, lots of first responders here right now. We got here just before noon, so this has been going on for quite some time. But again, avoid the area if possible, because traffic is at a total standstill right now. Kelly?
All right, Danielle, so we know that 2 people were shot in that vehicle on the 190 South. Danielle, by the way, thank you for that report. You can see the ambulances are still there. Those cars are pulled over. Again, state police tell us they don't know the circumstances surrounding this shooting. All they know is that 2 people were shot. Obviously, we don't know who they are yet. In these situations, you always have to wait a little bit for that information. But if you are heading out, I would avoid the 190, maybe in both directions by the Peace Bridge, because traffic is still going slowly on the northbound lanes, and on the southbound lanes it looks like it's again completely shut down. They had 1 lane open a few minutes ago, but it looks like it's been shut back down again. Our Dave McKinley is there, Danielle Church is there. We are going to have team coverage for you throughout the day and starting at 4 on most Buffalo. But again, if you're just joining us right now, and expecting to see Dateline, we've been bringing you breaking news of a shooting on the 190 South where 2 people were shot. That's confirmed by state police who are leading that investigation. But Buffalo police, of course, also responded when they got the call that there was a shooting or something happening on the 190 South. We're hoping to learn more information about this later on. We would, in these situations, most likely be expecting a press conference of some sort from state police later on today. But we're going to send it to Heather Lee, who is in the newsroom right now with more information. She just talked with state police. Heather, what can you tell us?
So Kelly, I just got off the phone with a state police sergeant out of Albany just a few minutes ago. Again, he confirming to 2 on your side that 2 people were shot in a vehicle. He told me he didn't know the circumstances of this shooting, if it happened while they were in the vehicle, as they were driving, if they were pulled off to the side of the road. He is unsure of that at this point. Now, part of the communication breakdown is the fact that Troop T headquarters, they're in Albany. So the information that they're getting from here locally is then having to travel to Albany, where it is officially released by their public information officer. I can tell you this, there are 11 different troops across New York State. Troop T is in charge of the thruway, the thruway system, which is obviously the 90 and in this case the 190. You can see a number of state police uniform officers at the scene right now, a number of ambulances, as well as what appear to be plainclothes members of the state police. Those are typically investigators called out to very serious incidents along the thruway, not your run-of-the-mill accident where you might just have a uniformed trooper. Also here we're seeing members of the Buffalo Police Department. We're unsure right now whether or not the Buffalo Police, if they responded to this incident after getting that initial call. We're unsure if they're the ones that got the initial call or if it went directly to state police. So was this something that perhaps started on a different part of the thruway and then ended at this spot? Again, those are all questions that we're working to find out at this point. But again, Troop T is going to be the one that is in charge of this scene, in charge of this situation, but also perhaps getting some help from Buffalo Police. You can see traffic moving on the 190 northbound, the southbound lane closed right now. That sergeant told me that all traffic right now currently being diverted off at exit 9. This is going to cause quite a backup. If it is something as serious as 2 people shot, you can imagine the investigation that is going to take place here. They're going to be looking for evidence. They're going to be looking to block off the scene, checking for witnesses, also getting any sort of witness accounts or statements. Also probably at some point, Kelly, asking for perhaps dash cam video.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of truck traffic that comes through that area. I would imagine that those are all things that throughout the day we're going to be hearing from state police that they're looking for to try to piece together this information or this investigation.
They also have those traffic cameras too that'll be helpful that they're always rolling on. Heather Lee live in our newsroom. Heather, thank you for that update. Again, if you're just joining us, we did interrupt regular programming to bring you this breaking news from the 190 South in Buffalo, where state police have confirmed that 2 people were shot in a vehicle. We don't have any more information right now as to who those people were or what led up to that shooting, and we have a team of reporters on the scene right now. You can see on the traffic map where it's red. Avoid that area. You should avoid the area of the 190 near the Peace Bridge. There are going to be backups on 190 South. They had one lane open for a little bit, but it looked like it was closed back up again. 190 North is still flowing, but it is a little bit slow. We're going to check back in now with Dave McKinley, who was able to get a good vantage point from that pedestrian bridge over the 190. You know that, right? Dave, what can you tell us? Dave, are you there? Dave, can you hear us?
All right, guys, we're here at a pedestrian overpass. It's at the foot of Hudson Street, and it leads over to Ralph Wilson Centennial Park, the former LaSalle Park. And from our vantage point, you can see the scene as it exists right now. Particularly in that scene, you see a pickup truck with the door open. Now, we took a close view of that, and it appears to be the logo of the Buffalo Sewer Authority. That's a truck that what appears to be police investigators are looking over as well. There do appear to be bullet holes in the side of that truck. As for the situation right now, as you've heard reported, the report officially from state police, which would be the lead agency here, that 2 people were shot in an apparent drive-by incident here on the 190 southbound, which occurred past the Peace Bridge, but just before the Niagara Street exit. And as you can see there, traffic is stopped going southbound. Now, it appeared that they were letting tractor trailers go through a single lane until a short time ago. They have been stopped completely. Other traffic been diverted off and onto Niagara Street, and Niagara Street is getting quite busy right now. Northbound, as Heather mentioned and Kelly mentioned, you can get through, but with a lot of rubbernecking going on, it's extremely slow, so you might want to avoid the area entirely. This ambulance that you see in the picture right now hasn't moved, and we've been here for about 25 minutes now, so we haven't seen anyone loaded into or transported from this scene. Again, we see a couple of civilian vehicles and one Buffalo Sewer Authority vehicle parked. Police have been taking a close look at that pickup truck for the past few minutes. We don't know what the involvement is there, but on a close look that we took to it, it does appear to have holes in the side, possibly bullet holes. And so again, you might want to avoid this area entirely. And police are continuing their investigation. It's something we would imagine that this scene is going to be like this for quite some time as they again begin to allow what appears to be a few tractor trailers just mixed with a few cars into the single lane going southbound in an effort to get them cleared of this scene.
All right, Dave McKinley reporting live for us from that pedestrian bridge over the 190 South and 190 North. 190 North traffic is still moving, although slowly. And the 190 South, Dave told us that one lane has reopened just to let some of that traffic through because it will get backed up there since it's so close to the Peace Bridge. That's a better view of where Dave is right now, where that shooting happened. Again, if you're just joining us, New York State Police out of Albany Troop T confirmed with us this afternoon that 2 people were shot in a vehicle on the 190 South. That happened just before noon today. And there again is a live picture of the investigation. State police are leading that right now. You can see some officers in uniform, some officers in plain clothes there looking for evidence as that investigation continues this afternoon. Again, this scene will probably be like this for several hours. And they are letting some trucks and cars through to just get rid of some of that congestion. But if you're heading in that direction, just avoid the 190 altogether at this point so you're not stuck in that traffic if you can, unless you absolutely have to go that way at this hour. We do have a team of reporters covering this for us this afternoon. Again, state police tell us that 2 people were shot and were taken to ECMC just before noon today after they were shot in a vehicle on the 190 South. Now, we don't know anything about the circumstances surrounding the shooting, who the people are, why it happened. We're hoping to get all of that information at some point this afternoon or early this evening from state police, who are again leading that investigation into 2 people being shot on the 190 South. We're going to send you back to regular programming now, but we will break in with any new information as we get it. We will also be updating you on social media and on WGRZ.com. Our next regularly scheduled newscast is at 4 on Most Buffalo. The studio cameras are still up. Oh.